Hey guys, welcome to the Hoan Zone, where we help you multiply the assets you own. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about retirement and why people wait until they're 65 years old. And if you don't plan on retiring at 65 and maybe sooner, then I'm going to share with you strategies that you should be aware of so that you can have a great retirement. And if you stay until the end of the video, I'm going to share with you my favorite retirement strategy. But before we get into that, please subscribe to the channel. I want you to hit the bell icon because I release a new video every Monday and Wednesday on the Hoan Zone, where your retirement will be filled with sun, sand, and Patron. I know, very cheesy. Now, it's obvious what I'm going to do to make sure that I have an amazing retirement. I'm just going to buy more cash flowing assets and add them to my already booming portfolio. But if you're looking to retire, there's a bunch of things that I want you to consider beforehand, like having great health, having a passive income stream, having lots of reserves, and hitting that like button so that the YouTube algorithm can bless me with a better retirement. So let's talk about why people retire at the age of 65 in the first place. And it's really simple. That's when Medicare kicks in. That's it. Medicare kicks in. People are like, okay, I can retire. Around that same time, things like your SSI also kicks in, Social Security, right? And you get to pull from your 401k without penalty. So really, if you think about it, people are just waiting to collect passive income, and that's their trigger to be able to retire. If only there was somebody, anybody out there who were teaching people that they could generate passive income right now. Okay, enough. So let's get into it. The first thing that I do want you to consider, though, is having great health. And how do you do that? Well, there's that old saying that you don't stop playing when you get old, you get old when you stop playing. And I definitely don't want you to get old, so continue to play. Pick up a hobby, do something active. Right? It's not that you can't handle it. It's just that you stop doing it for so long that your body doesn't think it needs to ever handle it again. So if you stop letting yourself off the hook and you go out there and you get into that field and you play tough, then you will be strong. You will have a strong body. So make sure you continue to play. Also, what I want you to do is I want you to lift weights. You want to lift weights. You want to condition your body. Again, if you stress your body will be resilient, and it will think that there are more stresses ahead, and it will be strong. So great health, do things like that. Also, I want you guys to look up Wim Hof, right? Wim Hof, he's a guy who likes doing crazy things like taking ice baths. And if you've never taken an ice bath, it's exhilarating. So give that a try. It will strengthen your body. It will strengthen your soul. And that's what you need for a great retirement, because you could have all the money in the world, but if you're just too old and frail to do anything with it, then you missed the point. So I want you to get out there. I want you to be tough. I want you to lift weights. I want you to continue to play. I want to see you in the X Games as a 70-year-old, right? So be tough, get out there, and improve your health. My next recommendation, I mean, I don't even have to say this one, right? Just keep buying more cash flowing properties. Acquire more assets, multiply your assets. Passive income is the name of the game. So buy more properties, learn how to buy more properties, learn how to expand your portfolio faster so that you have a ton of passive income coming in, so that when you retire, you don't have a single financial worry at all. But it's super important that you start sooner than later, meaning start now. Start acquiring all of these assets now. Put those into your portfolio so that you're ripe and old, that you have all of this money already. You don't want to start doing this when you are older. You want to start doing this now. Which takes me to my next point. If you spend all of these years acquiring all of these properties, then you're going to have a ton of experience. So when you're older in life and you don't want to be so active, you get to partner with a younger version of yourself, right? You're going to see some kid who has all of these entrepreneurial goals, and you're going to be able to help them. You're going to provide the resources and the knowledge and wisdom and connections that they don't have. They have all of the energy in the world. They may even have the opportunity, and what you bring to the table is all of this wealth of knowledge because you've been doing it for so many years. So that is a great way to create passive income and help other people, which creates fulfillment so that you have purpose in life. The people who die early are often the ones who have no reason to live. So if one of your reasons is to help all of the young people in the world, then fantastic. You're going to have a longer life that's filled with more joy because you are helping other people. When I say retirement, what comes to mind? Do you think you can actually do it? Do you actually want to retire someday? Are you watching this video and thinking, I want to retire right now? Like, I'm not sure if I could, because a young, vibrant mind that's full of activity and full of purpose is one that stays sharp. If, like your body, like I was talking earlier, you're only going to get old if you stop playing, and your brain is only going to decay if you stop testing it. So continuing to create businesses, continuing to buy assets, I mean, that I think is going to be the play for me. So retirement might not be in my future. I may do different versions of what I'm doing today. So it might not be as active. I might be partnering with younger people like I was talking about. But I'm going to keep this thing sharp by continuing to create more income, not because I need the money, just because I want to stay vibrant. So tell me, are you going to retire? And if you do, what are you going to be doing? What do you look forward to? How are you going to be spending your retirement years? Okay, finally, it's time to share with you guys the bonus material, my favorite strategy. And this strategy I like to call buy, borrow, die. Buy, borrow, and die. And what does that mean? So what you're going to do is you're going to go out and you're going to buy a property. And then this property is going to be like all your other properties. All your rental properties, they all play into this strategy. So you buy a property and then you're going to rent it out. So that's going to generate the income. And then because it's rented out, you're going to be able to get a loan. So that's where you buy and then you borrow. You're borrowing money from the bank. And then what's going to happen over time, maybe, is that it's going to appreciate, but you are definitely going to be paying down the principal on your loan, right? So there's going to be this equity spread. So the loan to value that you originally got might be 75%. Right? But as your property gets more valuable and your debt gets smaller, that loan to value is getting smaller. And then at some point, you're going to want some more money. So what are you going to do? You're going to do a cash out refinance. You're going to borrow again, right? And so you're going to pull out your equity position completely tax-free. You're going to pull that money out. That money goes into your pocket. You still own the property. It's still producing income from rent, right? So I bought the property, I borrowed, and then I'm going to borrow and borrow and borrow. So every couple of years, the property's going to become more valuable. The principal is going to be paid down. And then I'm going to borrow that equity again. I'm going to go up to that 75% or 80% LTV or 70% LTV, whatever it is. I'm going to max out that loan again. And then after a couple of years, I'm going to do it again and again and again. And then eventually, I'm going to die. And what happens is, now that I've died, my kids will inherit the house. But what's cool is they may not be interested in the house. They may not be interested in real estate. So what they can do is they can sell the property, pay off the debts, and then all of the profit that is made from the property will go completely tax-free into their pocket because of something called step-up basis. Now, as of now, we still have step-up basis for those who inherit properties, but definitely check out that with your CPA because the laws change and that might not be around anymore. But step-up basis, super powerful thing to help you save on taxes. But again, I'm going to die. The kids are going to inherit it. They may not want to do anything with the property. They sell it. All of a sudden, they got all this money completely tax-free. So that's a fantastic strategy. Or if you don't have kids, how about you put the property in an irrevocable trust and donate it to a nonprofit? So you bought the property, you borrowed money, you did the cash out refinance, put money into your pocket, you collected cash flow from the rent all these years, right? And so these properties are more and more valuable, kicking off more cash flow. And then at the end of your days, you donate it to a nonprofit of your choice. Maybe you're going to go help the animals or help the homeless or whoever you're going to go help. It's fantastic, right? You donate to them this mega building and they don't have to pay any taxes on it because they're a nonprofit, and you got to live an amazing life because you have all these assets that were kicking off cash all day long so that you can live the life that you love. Isn't that a crazy strategy? definitely, again, check with your tax professional, legal professionals, all that kind of stuff, because I am not any of those things. I am not a CPA, attorney, an accountant, nothing. So I'm just here to help you guys. But it's something to look into. Hope you like that strategy. With all of this talk about retirement, I want to hammer home an important point, and that speed is your secret weapon. The sooner you learn how to acquire more assets, the faster you will acquire them, right? Speed is important. And the sooner you acquire these assets, the more time you have for them to mature, for them to appreciate, for you to pay down the principal, all that kind of stuff. So it's important. If you want to have a better retirement, start sooner to prepare for that. Start building your portfolio. And if you get one of my courses by going to hoanzone.com, you will learn how to become a better investor faster. You can learn a bunch of different ways. You can go to a bunch of different sources, but by going to hoanzone.com, getting one of my courses, you will speed that up. So you can do it the free way. You can read books, you can do all kinds of stuff, or you can get a course, speed it up, acquire the assets, and then have a better retirement, because you've given your assets that time it needs to appreciate, to be paid down, and to do all of the things it needs to do to provide you what it is that you want it to do. The last bit that I'm going to say about retirement is I'm going to retire this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, then hit that like button and share it with somebody. Share it with a younger person that you know, so that they can have more time to prepare for retirement. And then also share it with your older friends or family, so that they can have a better retirement as well. So thank you again, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.